Dr. Edward Hallowell, known for his dedication, compassion, and breadth of knowledge, is a seasoned and passionate presenter who has been prominently featured on numerous national TV programs, including ABC's 2020, Oprah, Dr. Oz, CNN, Good Morning America, 60 Minutes, and many more. Dr. Hallowell is a graduate of Harvard College and the Tulane Medical School, and has served for more than 20 years as a distinguished faculty member of the Harvard Medical School. He is a New York Times best-selling author and has written 19 books on topics that have given millions of people the insight to take control of their lives and the skills and encouragement to find joy, meaning, and direction to help them soar. Dr. Hallowell is one of the world's foremost authorities on the topic of ADHD and is globally recognized for his strength-based philosophy. He champions that ADHD is neither a disorder nor a disability, but rather a trait, and when it is properly managed, ADHD can become a huge asset in one's life. This strength-based philosophy is the foundation for the 2 Hallowell Centers in New York City and Boston, and his ADHD management programs, Mining Magnificent Minds for teachers and Shine for doctors, designed exclusively for chiropractors.
Psychiatrist Dr. Edward Hallowell is the director of the Hallowell Centers for Cognitive and Emotional Health, and his wife, Sue Hallowell, is a couples therapist. Now, Dr. Hallowell and his wife, Sue, are authors of the new book, Married to Distraction. They made a house call to Kelly and Chris's home to get to the core of these distractions.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Can you tell us where you are now? I think they'd get angry. I think they may throw a few things. Instead, they have a stuffed cat. They want animals. The closest they can come is a stuffed cat and stuffed kittens. They might get a real cat.
That's exactly right. You use these other things as a way to avoid talking to each other. And if you were talking to each other from spending time with you, I know that there's a lot there between the two of you that would make a huge difference.
All right, helping parents understand and successfully manage children with ADHD. 1 in every 10 kids has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, according to government health officials. Well, Dr. Edward Hallowell is a psychiatrist who specializes in the treatment of ADHD in children. Good to see you.
Nice to be with you.
So you say parents should be not fearful of ADHD if that diagnosis does indeed come. Why not?
Well, absolutely. Untreated ADHD can cause all kinds of problems, both in children and adults. But with treatment, these kids can thrive, excel, and the same with the adult population. That's why this diagnosis is such good news if you don't know.
An important show today, one that could save your most important relationship. 8 million people suffer with a condition that impacts millions of marriages and relationships. It's called ADHD. And if you thought it was only for kids, guess again. Adults have it too.
Dr. Ned Hallowell is not only one of the foremost experts on ADHD, he also knows firsthand what it's like to have the disorder.
I was first diagnosed with ADHD after I had finished Harvard College when I heard a lecture about ADHD, and it was one of the great aha moments of my life. I said, wow, that's me.
Dr. Hallowell and his wife Sue have dealt with the challenges of ADHD in their own marriage.
There were lots of times when I felt that he just wasn't paying enough attention to me.
I was literally not aware of how I would tune out.
I always felt like I was the person who had to make the children have a certain kind of routine, make sure that they were eating when they were supposed to, that the homework got done.
I'm the fun bearer. Sue's the heavy, the disciplinarian, and she really resented that.
There were definitely moments when I was pretty frustrated, and I just wondered, how am I going to get through another day?
But thanks to an early diagnosis, Ned and his wife found a way to make their marriage work.
ADHD, undiagnosed, untreated, ruins marriages. But when you diagnose it, we see marriages saved, brought back from the brink of destruction.
So, Dr. Hallowell, you dedicated your career to addressing your biggest personal struggle. Why is that?
Because I discovered that the struggle could be turned into a victory. And I wanted other people to know that this need not be a marriage breaker, a career breaker, that in fact, if you get the right help it can turn it around totally, and you can become a winner and victorious not only at work but in your marriage as well.
You've heard the terms ADD and ADHD.
What is the difference? Because you hear the terms used interchangeably.
Today on The Revolution,
8 million kids and over 5 million adults are affected by it.
the statistics touch one of our own.
I have ADHD. Today, I'm going to finally show you what it's like. The doctor's in. Recite the alphabet backwards. Start throwing a few more balls on the table.
If you had this disorder, would you know the signs?
If you manage it right, this condition can take you to the heights. If you manage it wrong, it can ruin your life.
Dr. Hallowell, what are the basic signs of ADHD?
Well, the core triad is distractibility, impulsivity, and restlessness or hyperactivity. But in women, often those second two, the impulsivity and restlessness, are absent. And so there's no obvious disruptive behavior. However, this mind-wandering daydreaminess that leads them to feel like they're simply out of it.
Dr. Hallowell, what causes this? And how is it that it presents itself later in life?
Well, it's genetic most of the time. Sometimes environmental causes, lack of oxygen at birth, but mostly it's genetic. It's passed down in families. And often it doesn't appear until later on because the organizational demands of life mount in adulthood. You go to medical school, or you become a mother, or you take a very busy job where you're having to keep track of many data points simultaneously, and then suddenly the whole thing collapses. And you say, what? I must be stupid, or I'm you know, well, where is my mind gone? Well, and it's ADD that's caught up with you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Peter Martoni, and I've been a Shine Center for a little over a year. And I really just want to give a quick shout out and appreciation to Dr. Hallowell and the whole team at Shine, because Shine has helped me in so many different ways. Some I expected, and some blew me away. And the part that blew me away is really going through the Shine educational process. I found out who I was. I really found out that how my past really made sense to me, and why I had unexplained underachievement, as Dr. Hallowell calls it. By really identifying the set of traits that come with the ADHD mind, understanding them, and then knowing how to use them as strengths has brought my practice to the next level. I mean, we're doing things now I never thought imaginable. I'm really pulling myself out of practice a little bit more and having my team run the show, because I'm able to understand how my mind works and bringing people in to the areas where I'm weakened. So that has helped me out dramatically. And then it's been opening up doors that I never thought were possible. Superintendents, Board of Health in my local town, the children that were helping with Shine. I mean, just to really connect with these kids. Like I tell them, I said, if I knew what I knew now as a child, my whole life would change. In teaching these kids that have been beaten down by the stereotypes of having ADHD, to really empower them to say, listen, you are the top of the top. Your mind works in such a special way, is really empowering. You see these kids cry. It has just been a joy to be working with the Shine material. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you, and I hope that you can use this video to help inspire other people to become Shine centers, because the stuff that chiropractic linked with Dr. Hallowell's material can do for this community, or do for this really world, is amazing. So I look forward to being a Shine center for years to come. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Matthew Roller from Salt Lake City, Utah. I've been working with Dr. Hallowell and Shine for almost a year now, and I love the program. I know I have ADHD, and it's been a great, refreshing breath of fresh air to have someone say it's a gift, because it really is. And it's been phenomenal to work with my kids who have ADD and change their outlook and how they feel about what they have.